Good morning, otherworldlies. This is Juliana Angel, your dark mask diva. It is Christmas Eve. Is everybody excited about the holidays? I know I am. I thought I would talk about the ways that manipulative people use time to mess with you. Okay? There are ways that people use time, your time. Okay? They disrespect your time. All right. And they do it in such a subtle manner where it makes it look like they're just very disorganized. Okay. Now, here's the thing. Some people really have a hard time organizing time. All right. Here's what some people do. Have you ever been in the doctor's office where they just seem to overbook appointments, where you're just there and you're waiting for hours to see your doctor because they just seem to have overbooked so many people to see the doctor and you're just sitting there waiting for hours? All right, well, it just seems like these people, and we'll call the people Bozos just because, we call everybody that I talk about, okay? So these Bozos that waste your time, all right, they seem to overbook all these things that they want to get done, and they're constantly changing plans and switching gears and doing all of these things, and they're like these doctors that overbook appointments. Okay, here's the thing. That's something that people do who have poor time management skills, okay? That's something people do that don't respect other people's time. They have a really unrealistic expectation of how long something's going to take somebody, okay? They overbook. They're chronic procrastinators, and then they overbook how much time they're going to take with everybody when they go to visit somebody, or when it takes time to do errands or that sort of thing. They don't respect time. They try to cram what they have to do in a short amount of time, so everybody gets shortchanged, and things don't quite get done the right way, and there's always this high level of chaos and distraction, and nobody's really thinking straight, and nothing ever gets done the right way. All right, so some people just do not have the most organized minds, and they're not very logical. All right, so we know some people just are not very good at this sort of thing. So we need to be a little bit more patient with them. Some of us are more organized, and we can help people. Some of us are more pragmatic, okay, and some of us can help people organize their day better and slow some people down and go, hey, if you schedule this and then do this, maybe that'll work out. You need to, slow it down a little bit. Be a little bit more realistic about how much time it takes to do something. And, some people just are not good at anticipating how much time it'll take to do something. Some people are just not... they're just not very organized thinkers, okay? And some people are more prone to distraction, all right? Some people, that is their form of neurodivergence. We need to not pick on them for that, all right? Because not all of our brains are wired the same way, okay? So when I'm talking about this sort of thing, which, does seem to happen with people with those type of temperaments, with that high level of distractibility, I'm not talking about those kind of people. I'm not making this video to pick on people with inattention issues. Okay, because these are very highly creative types, very inventive types, people with a lot of inspirational thinking and that sort of thing. So we need these kind of people, these people with attention deficit. They tend to have their own style of genius. So I'm not putting those types of people down. Okay, I'm talking about people who willingly create chaos. Okay, who maybe don't have the best organizational skills in the first place, but they're willingly creating chaos on purpose. Okay, I think I overstated that a little bit. Willingly creating chaos on purpose. See what I did there? All right, so that is basically what they are doing. They are cramming everything into the same situation, so it turns out to be a big mess. Okay, so they may be on a little bit of the distractive side in the first place, but what they decide to do on top of that is appear to be on the distractive side. Okay, so we are all a little bit on the distractive side. Okay, it's the holidays. We may have relatives coming over, we may have extra people on our list, or we may just, not have the money, or we may just not have it all together. Like, most of us don't have it all together. Let's just keep it real. We all fall short of having it all together. I mean, I'm really not one of those people that does. Okay, I have to just tell people, I don't have it all together. I don't pretend to have it all together, and I tell people I don't, and not to expect X, Y, and Z from me. I'm not really trying to impress people and that sort of thing. I just, I let people know where I fall short, and I'm not going to have it together in this capacity, and, if you're not impressed, I guess you're not impressed. You're going to have to appreciate me for what's good about me, and, I guess not appreciate me for what's not good about me. I mean, these are my strong suits, these are not, okay? But in the meantime, I can't be everything to everybody, okay? I can't even be everything to myself. Let's just keep it real, okay? So the thing is, these people, sometimes they are distractible, but some of these people will willingly create the chaos. All right, let me tell you what they're doing. And you're thinking, well, how do you know they're doing that? How do you know they're not just suffering from a heavy level of distraction? Okay, some people really are suffering from a heavy level of distraction. All right, some people just have such a neurodivergent brain that every little thing distracts them. Every little, sound over here, or every bright light over here, or every little intrusive thought, or, that's really has to be hard to deal with. Okay, I'm not talking about that. Okay, therapy, medication, whatever it takes. We're hoping those people don't have to deal with that, but they need less on their plate. Okay, what I'm talking about is people who are actually creating chaos and disruption and distraction to control other people. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about these people who just can't help getting distracted. Okay, people who can't help getting distracted have like ADD and ADHD. So I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about something else here. Okay, I'm talking about people that create disruptions, create chaos on purpose to control other people. Let me talk about what they do. Okay, now when I tell you about this thing, it's going to sound like no big deal. It's going to sound like something everybody does. It's going to just sound like I'm making a big deal out of nothing. Okay? And, some people might do this like on accident, but I want you to start paying attention to certain people's behaviors. Okay? So if you are developing anxiety about a person in your life, I want you to start paying attention to their behavior patterns. If you tell this person to come over at 3 o'clock and they show up at noon, meanwhile you're still trying to do different things in your day to get ready to go with this person, and they're always showing up way too early. Okay, and they're distracting you from getting ready, and they're going, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. Yet they're there like 2 or 3 hours too early. You need to tell them it's not okay that you're here way too early. It's not okay that you're here. You're not helping me by being here, and you need to leave. Okay, you need to tell them that. And it's not you being rude. It's there's something wrong with them that they're there too early. Okay? And if they act butthurt or act like you are being mean, it's them who's doing something inappropriate. Okay? And let's normalize telling somebody that they're doing something inappropriate when they do that. Okay? Because we've become too permissive when people do things like that. Okay, they're invading your privacy. You have other things to do that you needed to do before they came over. Maybe you needed to take a shower, take a bath. Maybe you needed to eat something. Maybe you needed to meditate and pray. Maybe you have to wrap some Christmas presents. Okay, maybe you needed to call a parent. Maybe you had other things you needed to do. Maybe you needed to iron something out. You had a Zoom meeting. Okay. A lot of us work from home. Did you need to do some work from home? Are you a parent? I mean, you probably had some things to do before they showed up 2 or 3 hours too early, right? They are disrupting your day, and then they're coming over telling you to hurry up. No, you need to tell them they need to leave and they need to come back at the proper time. Okay, it's not okay that they're doing that. And you don't, and they don't need to say, oh, but I couldn't wait to see you. Okay, you need to come over when I told you to come over. Okay, it's really become normalized that people drop in way too early. Then, have you ever heard of being fashionably late? That's an actual thing, being fashionably late. You know why they call it that? Because it's rude and it's tacky to be early. Now, being fashionably late isn't being like a half an hour late. It's being 10 to 15 minutes later than you're supposed to be. Just to give that person a time to kind of pull it together. Did you know that? Be a few minutes late so that person just has a few minutes to just kind of pull it together. And they're going to be ready on time. Just give them a few minutes. Okay, don't rush people. Just let them be give people some breathing room. All right? Now, here's another thing that these people do. They're constantly changing plans. Okay, so you're thinking, well, maybe they're just one of those people that just doesn't have very good time management skills. Okay, well, maybe they don't. This can also be true. But if they're constantly changing plans, okay, they don't do that to everybody. They just do it to you. Do you ever wonder why that is? It's a controlling thing. They're constantly changing plans on you. Okay, first of all, that's a very rude thing to do. Okay, they're not respecting your time. Secondly, you need to notice if they're constantly changing plans on you. What does that mean? Okay, 1, they don't respect you. 2, they're trying to control you. They're trying to see how much they can control you. All right? They're trying to see how much they can mess with you. Okay? So, a lot of it is, they're flawed. They're changing plans. But you can't allow people to keep changing plans on you. Okay, so if you know these people change plans and they keep doing it, they'll change plans on you, and if they change plans again, say, sorry, you can't change plans on me again. We're not doing this. You have to just tell them, no, we're not doing this. You're changing plans again. No. Just let them know that you are not one of those people they can change plans on, because I'm going to let you know right now, they don't do it to everybody. They do not get away with it. Do you think they change plans on their employer? Do you think they change plans on their children's other parent? I know their children's other parent don't put up with this. No, because they get into a huge fight. Okay, I'm sure their family members don't put up with it because they already know about their crap that they pull. Okay, so this person does the plan changes and stuff. They only do it to you. They want somebody that they can mess with, so they do it to you. Okay, so if they change plans again, just go, nope, this is a plan change. I'm not doing a plan change. Sorry, this isn't going to work for me. We're just going to have to do this another time when you're not going to change plans. Sorry, not going to work. This is too much of an inconvenience. And it's funny because they'll change the plan to like an hour later, and then they'll show up an hour earlier. So they'll do a bait and switch on you. So they'll do that, and then they'll show up early, just to they'll change the plan to an hour early, and then they'll show up an hour earlier even than that. So they'll do the two-step thing where they're trying to make it an hour early, and then they'll try to make it 2 hours earlier than they told you. So they'll do the two bad things that I told you about. So they're trying to do whatever they can to throw you off and mess with you. Yeah. So just beware. Now, if you notice, these same people are always trying to do something. So they're either trying to show up early, or they're trying to change plans. And the plan changes are usually you try to meet them somewhere, and they try to make the meeting place somewhere else. All right, now the person I have the problems with, whenever I was trying to meet them somewhere, they're always trying to meet me at my house. It's not okay to meet at my house. For some reason, this person was always trying to meet me at my house, and I was always telling them no. I don't know what it was. This person was always trying to come to my house, and I was always trying to tell them my house is off limits. They just did not want to accept that they could not come to my house. Always trying to find an excuse why they could not meet me at whatever place that we were meeting. And would always try to drive to my house instead. And I was always not at my house. And I always said, I'm not giving you my address, but they would try to find my house anyway. Like, I'm not there. Don't try to find it. I'm not there. The whole reason I meet you other places is so you don't come to my house. So I don't, they had a fixation with coming to my house because I didn't want them there. But they always were trying to change the plan. It was them fixated on changing the plan and doing something I didn't want to do, because they had to be in control. Okay, so this person was always changing times, changing plans, changing meeting spaces. They always had to be changing it, constantly changing it up. And then they tried to drop me off at my house, and I said, no, I don't want you going to my house. It's just they just would not accept it. It was crazy. And I'd watch them drive away so they couldn't see where I lived. I mean, it was nuts. And you're thinking, why didn't it occur to you to get this person out of my life? Well, when I finally did, that's when they sent the police officer to my house. Now everybody believes me that they're crazy. Finally. But when a person is like that and they're constantly trying to change whatever's going on, they're doing it on purpose. And you have to sit down. And when I say you, I don't mean you like I'm judging you. I'm talking about myself. Okay? You have to ask yourself, Juliana, if the person's doing it over and over and over, is it really a coincidence? No, they're doing it on purpose. They have a problem. Okay, and it's not just them having a disorganized mind. They're doing it on purpose. They have an issue. It's not just them having a problem. It's not randomly occurring if it's a pattern. Okay? And they're not doing it to other people. They're just doing it to you. It's motivated. So I could sit and wonder why it has to do with me, but it's because they think they can. There's something about me that triggers that person wanting to do it to me, and it's because the other people don't allow it. And for me to not allow it is for me to just cut the person off. And that's what I had to do. Okay? And it's because that person is afraid of other people and not of me. I guess I'm just not very scary. Or I just trigger that person's need to be controlling. For whatever reason. I just trigger that person's problem. So, you know, we could just sit here and wonder all day why that is. But when people are like that with you, you need to get rid of them. You need to cut off their ability to do that. Okay? And if you point out their behaviors and they're not doing it to other people are not going to believe you. Because it sounds weird. Okay? Like, oh, they just have poor time management skills. Why aren't they doing it to you? Like, don't you think that's kind of weird? They just think you're overreacting. When the person's just constantly doing it. Okay, so you can't allow people to disrespect your time like that and basically screw with you. So when people are constantly changing times and try to surprise you and just disrespect your time like that, constantly changing plans, showing up much too early, okay? Here's another thing. They're constantly texting you when you're trying to get ready. They're not letting you get ready. That's another weird thing. You're telling them, I'm getting ready, so I need you to stop texting me so I can get ready. Like, are you trying to make me late or something? Control is an anxiety-driven thing. So, I'm not just talking about her, I'm talking about other people I know with anxiety who have done the same thing, and I've had to just kind of get those people out of my life. You know, because I guess I wasn't scary enough for them either, and I just had to get rid of them too. I'm just not going to, keep people around who do stuff like that. So, they can just be around other people. Not going to let people treat me like that. People who want to nag and take out their anxiety on you and that kind of thing. That's very abusive behavior out of people. Like, don't be a nag. Not to me, anyway. Yeah, don't let people harass you and bug you and nag you and just make you not want to be around them. That's not okay. If you have people in your life who are giving you anxiety because they have anxiety, they're basically taking their problem out on you. And people who are controlling, it's because they feel out of control. You are triggering something in them because you control yourself. You know what I mean? Like, I like myself and I control myself. And I think that makes them uncomfortable. I think that's what sets them off. You know what I mean? Because I have like a high level of self-confidence. I like myself a lot. I think that makes them mad. And it's like, and I kept telling them no and stop doing that. And it just made them try harder and harder and harder. And I was just very calm about it. But in the end, I just had to get rid of them. So that may be what you have to do too. If you tell them no enough times, then it's just going to make them push harder. So you may just have to, after assertively telling them no, you may just have to get rid of them. But you have to recognize what they're doing and realize it's not your imagination. So that's what I have to say about that. Those are the red flags. Okay, so this is Juliana Angel, your Dark Mass Diva, Otherworldlies. If you're getting a weird feeling about people, let me reiterate, it's not your imagination. Let's go into 2023, realizing that things are not in your head. If people are making you uncomfortable, you're not tripping. I love you all, and you guys have a wonderful holiday. Bye-bye.